All right, hey again, AP Chemistry. So now I'm going to do a quick video on question number 4, which has to do with the Millikan oil drop experiment. And this is question 4 from your self-assessment quiz in chapter 2. So a student recreates the Millikan oil drop experiment and tabulates the relative charges of the oil drops in terms of a constant alpha. So we have drop number 1, alpha. Drop number 2, 3/2 alpha. Drop number 3, 5/2 alpha. Drop number 4, 3 alpha. And alpha is the charge. Okay, remember that. Now, what charge for the electron in terms of alpha is consistent with these data? Now, the reason why I tripped up on this question when I was trying to help a couple of students was because I was thinking way too much conceptual and not using the numbers here. The way that you have to answer this question is you have to go through each answer and use it mathematically. Now, what does that mean? When Millikan did his oil drop experiment, he found that the charge on an oil drop was equal to some whole number times the charge on an electron. Okay, and so we want to figure out this charge on the electron, charge on an oil drop, or the whole number. Well, I have the charge on the drop, it's alpha. And I might be able to have the charge on an electron. That's each of these, right? Because it says for what charge of the electron would be consistent with these data. Well, I have the charge of the oil drop, and I have the charge, right? These are the charge of the drops, and these are the charge of the electrons. The only thing I'm missing is that whole number. Which of these will give me a whole number? That's what this question is asking you to do. Which of these, when I take the charge of the oil drop, when I divide it, because I'm bringing this over here, by the charge of an electron, will give me a whole number? We need that when I divide this number by any of these numbers to get a whole number. So let's try that, okay? Let's do choice A. Let's do alpha, which is 1 alpha. By the way, kind of think about the number x. Like if I'm using x in math, there's like a hidden 1 in there. X is equal to 1x is equal to just x, right? So I have alpha, that's just 1 alpha. So if I have 1 alpha and I divide it by half alpha, 1 alpha divided by half alpha is 2. That's a whole number. Let's make sure that this works for all of them. Let me do the next one. If I do 3/2 alpha and I divide it by 1/2 alpha, 3/2 divided by 1/2, 3/2 is 1.5 divided by 0.5, that's equal to 3. That's another whole number. So far, this is looking good, right? I'm still doing the 1/2. Let's do this one. If I do 5/2 alpha, and I divide it by choice A, 1/2 alpha, that's going to give me 5. So far, this is all giving me whole numbers. And then, of course, if I do 3 alpha, and I divide it by 1/2 alpha, I get 6. So far, choice A is giving me all whole numbers. Choice A is good, because if I divide by the 1/2 alpha, I get all whole numbers. Let's try choice B. If I do choice B, I'm going to do that over here. Choice B, I'm going to have alpha divided by alpha. That's 1. That's good. But what if I do alpha divided by 3/2 alpha? That actually gives me 2/3. That's not a whole number. Choice B is not working. It gives me 2/3, which is not a whole number. Let me try 3/2. All right, so let me try choice C. If I try choice C, I'll have alpha, which is 1 alpha, divided by 3/2 alpha, sorry, that's wrong. If I have 3/2 alpha divided by alpha, I get 3/2. That's not a whole number. Can't do C. And then let me try C now. I'm sorry, let me do D now. I have to divide the charge of the drop by the charge of the electron, potentially. Does it give me a whole number? A divided by 2A is actually equal to 1/2. So I can't do D. The only correct answer then would be A. So again, how did I do this? If I take the charge of the drop, which are each of these, and I divide it by the charge of an electron, in order for it to be consistent, I need to get a whole number. The only charge that gave me a whole number with all of the choices was choice A, which is the correct answer. So that is how you had to answer this question. Kind of like how you had to answer question 2. You had to take each answer and divide it and get a whole number. The end. So that is how you answer question number 4 from the self-assessment quiz in chapter 2.